everybody, it's me. Welcome to the Crystal Feliciano Show. Today I am so excited because I have a very talented young man that I'm talking to, Mr. Vont Leak. Hey Vont,
How you doing, Crystal? How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good too.
Listen, we're glad to have you here today. I know you are so busy, right? You're here, there, and everywhere.
Everywhere,
There's so
yes.
many things going on. A graduate of Trenton Central High School.
That's right. Go Tornadoes.
Yes, go Tornadoes. What's next?
Well, right now I am a freshman at William Patterson University of North Jersey,
Yes.
and I'm getting my bachelor's degree in media production because I want to go on to create a physical Vont Leak studio. So, for people that don't know, I have a podcast called The Stable Podcast, which is under my company Vont Leak Studios.
Okay.
And my vision for Vont Leak Studios, not only do I want to create other stuff for people and produce projects, but I want to obviously create my own stuff. I've had a YouTube channel for over 5 years. I have a podcast, and then I want to create other things like short films and other stuff. So the plan is to become the next, hopefully, Tyler Perry or Spike Lee and build my own Vont Leak Studios.
Nice.
Yes.
So wait a minute. So you said under your business, under your company.
Yes.
So you have an actual company.
Yes.
A brand. So
Vont Leak
you have an LLC.
Not
what's going
officially.
on?
That's in the works. I have a lot of stuff in the works for 2020, which I'm really excited for.
Okay.
But as of right now, no LLC, nothing official. But I've done. Actually, next week I have a very special project with the mayor coming out.
Okay. Shout out to Mayor Regas.
Yeah, shout out, sir. I was just with you a couple minutes ago. I've done some work with Jacques Howard and Friends of Antico Square.
Yes.
I've produced a couple pieces for a couple different people all around the city. So I'm excited to expand and broaden my horizons and network and be able to create projects for other people as well.
Yeah, and that's good and you know what? Shout out to Jacques Howard too. Jacques has been around for a long time. He's been a good person in the community when it comes out to bringing out what's going on, talking, and the whole interview presence type thing. Jacques definitely set the standard, for everyone else to come. So shout out to Jacques Howard. Much respect. I know him. I've been on Trenton 365.
Yeah.
He and I have had wonderful conversations. I look to hopefully collaborate with something, with him too, right? We don't have to do everything apart. We can come together.
Yeah, WIMG buddies.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to WIMG, 1300 AM Gospel Radio. I am a host on there as well. So William Patterson University. Why William Patterson?
William Patterson has the #1 college radio station in the nation, which is part of what I do. I have a radio show on there, and then I record my podcast stuff from there. But for me, it was between when I was picking colleges. I went on 4 college tours. I went to William Patterson, I went to Kane, I went to Montclair, and I went to Howard.
Okay.
Howard's a real prestigious school, but there was a lot. One, it was so far, and so the transition for me would have been very different.
Been a lot, yeah.
Montclair, they caught my attention, but I was like, Montclair is just about the same distance. I kind of feel like, but it wasn't it for me. Yeah. So really, it was between Kane and Willie P for me. Kane, I thought it was gonna go to because I went to on a college for the Kane sophomore year, and so I was like, and I know a couple people that went there for what I want to go for. So I was like, this is it. Like I already have my heart set on it. And I went to Willie P. I saw the 2 big old studios that they have. I saw the radio station, and my heart.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. I fell in love.
Yeah. And so you know what? To have such creative genius as yours, things like that are important, right? And so they tell the kids when you go on college tours and everything to be observant of everything that's going on. So I think that's cool that you were looking at everything, right? And you were visually picking up where you actually saw yourself before you made the decision for William Patterson University. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Courtney
and Mr. Francis.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Miss Courtney and Mr. Francis are both pioneers. Another thing about Willie P is, for a second I was looking into St. Peter's for a hot minute because my boy goes to St. Peter's, but he told me one day.
That's up north too, right?
Jersey City.
Yeah. North.
So he told me, he was like, yo, bro, don't come here. What you want to do is so broad, and you need to network with people. And St. Peter's was small compared to Willie P. or Kane. And then I thought about in terms of that, Kane is smaller. It's much smaller than Willie P. So Willie P, I have a network with a bunch of people. I know the radio station Brave New Radio. They partnered with Radio Vieques, which is in Puerto Rico, and they go there every year to help them after the hurricanes and stuff, and then they help. It's like their sister radio station. So to have opportunities like that as well is something that really drew me to go into Willie P.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So you want to have your own physical studio?
Yes.
I believe you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. So where would you want that to be located? Like, have you thought about where that would be?
I've never been asked that. Wow, let's see. So we have obviously the great Tyler Perry's in Atlanta.
Right.
Which is
Excuse me.
the Black Hollywood.
Okay.
Then there's obviously Hollywood. I don't know. That's a good question. You know, I never thought about it because I lived in PA for a couple years, but I mean, there's Philly's in PA. A lot of things are shot in PA, but I wouldn't say Trenton, but I definitely think I would somewhere in New Jersey. Not exactly sure where though.
So, but here's the thing though. I think maybe you have your studio, right, where it would be, and then you could have like subsidiary locations.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And so Trenton could be
one
of those hot spots where you could have something here.
I was just telling Mayor Reed, like, I want to hopefully be able, once I grow up, to have like my home base for Vont Studios in Trenton, just because everybody that I know and love that has taught me anything about production is here. Frank Sasso, Jacques, Will, I could go on and on forever. So there's so many people that help me from not only just Trenton, but like the Hamilton and Ewing townships too. So.
Nice. So you mentioned Frank Sasso.
Yes.
He does the New Pod City.
Trenton
him
Waves.
And Christina, wonderful people. Shout out to them and Trenton Waves. Yes. What insight has he given to you?
Frank it's crazy because I was supposed to do an episode of Trenton Wave with Frank one day, and we had I accidentally met Frank too. I met him running into Will Foskey, and I messed up an appointment there. So then I was supposed to meet with Frank, and we had another miscommunication. So I was like, this is not meant for me to meet any of these guys.
Right.
And so I finally met with Frank. We sat down, and I did his show the day before I launched my podcast. And so he was like, so tell me about your podcast. Where are you launching it? And I was like, I have no clue. We're just going to find out tonight. Yeah. And so he was like, yo, like, let me help you.
I got a studio.
Yeah, so he helped me launch it on New Pod City. Frank has been extremely helpful with not only tips on how to make the show better, but as far as distributing it everywhere. It's on all streaming platforms. I had your Trenton Fashion Week ad running on it for like, my show started like the first week of September, so until Trenton Fashion Week, the 4 weeks.
Yeah, thank you.
And so, no problem. And he's been extremely helpful. So shout out to Frank, shout out to Christina.
Yes, absolutely. To both of them, wonderful people. I'm actually looking to get with Frank myself because I've been playing around with podcasting on Anchor. And Frank's like, you should use Anchor because
New Pod City.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be going up into New Pod City. I've referred a couple people to him who are working with him. They are loving it, and I'm happy that they're loving the experience. I just need to get in there so we can do it ourselves too. And that's another thing. Isn't it great that you can actually reach back and touch the people around you?
It's so amazing.
You don't have to go far. What's your experience with that? Like, how does that make you feel that, you're newly graduated, you're in college, you're doing your thing, but to be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, I need, and it happens. How's that for you? How's that make you feel?
I've had a bunch, not even just Frank, like I said, another one, Joe Halsey, he's a local filmmaker. Just to have all these resources, it helps me, and I'm happy because all these people, if there's one thing that they have in common, and something I feel like needs to become more of a commonality, not just in Trenton, but all around the world, is the fact that people want to help people, you know? Like, for these people, like, to give me whatever wisdom they have, to be able to offer me whatever resources, I think it's really amazing. And so that's another reason why I hope to build Vont Studios, and that's why I help produce other people's content, because I want to be able to make other people's dreams come true with whatever knowledge I know, and I'm still continuing to learn. So I had more of I started off with comedy skits, then I moved into short films, and now I'm more into podcasting. So to have all these different mentors to help me come up and venture into whatever endeavor it is, it's really satisfying.
Nice. I've done work with a guy, Damon Darrell. He's in Delaware. He is phenomenal. He's Monarch Studios.
Okay.
Great film producer, director. I actually am in one of his little short films. It's called The Slot. It's about a male
talk
slot.
show host and actress.
So I'm excited for that, and I worked with some really cool people on that project. But he's somebody that I like to connect you with as well too. He's a good guy, knows his stuff.
Definitely.
It was interesting. It's one thing to be like on this side of the camera doing interviewing and stuff like that, right? It's a whole other thing when you're like in a movie, in a film. It was like I thought, I could just walk in and I'm just gonna say. It was like no.
It's crazy. It's a whole different realm, and I think that's another thing that's been like real interesting learning, you know, because comedy skits, I wrote all my comedy skits.
Okay.
And so I always did those in my room by myself. Then I helped produce a couple short films, and I'm like, we have to come up with all these schedules and budgets and like days of what day we're gonna have this equipment and that. It's so much planning. Then podcasting is like, it's a different, because it's just audio, so it's a little less work, but it's still like you have to keep the conversation going, and it's just So it's been really crazy, like dipping into each different venture in the media arts world. But it's definitely if you're anywhere invested in the arts, definitely something to do.
Yeah, but you're doing it.
Yes,
you're doing
that's
it.
The dream to grow. I want to make my mark here at Trenton to be able to expand out. As I don't know if you guys, watched the video I made about you guys opening the new building in the beginning of the school year.
Yes. And you were talking to the kids?
Yeah, I was talking to the students about because I was supposed to be the first class in the new building. I wasn't. And now you guys have the building. I know that you're still waiting on little things here and there, but you guys are doing amazing stuff in that building. And part of me doing that also was to just help inspire, because I want to come back to be able to be like, all right, yo, look, I'm doing all this now. Yeah. And I had nothing. Like you had everything. You had Hanover. So you didn't really, Chestnut was, so you guys were still in like a decent building. But so like I was able to do X, Y, and Z with this. So now you literally have state-of-the-art sound booths and all this other stuff. I've seen your room. Your room is beautiful and just magnificent. Yeah. So just like you like don't know your potential, and so to see what I'm doing, I hope that it does nothing short of building you up and wanting to do better than I am.
Yeah, and they actually showed your video. Principal Hope Grant, shout out to her. She actually showed your video to us for I think it was like one day we had teacher professional development or something like that. But she made sure that everyone saw what you had to say.
Shout out Ms. Grant.
Yes. So it's not like your words are falling on deaf ears. We're hearing you, you know. And it maybe would be cool too. They have they're doing the Whiz.
Yeah, I just heard you guys got approved by the board.
It would be nice, maybe if you come through and do a little something. You know what I mean?
I'm actually next. What was it? The 19th. You guys are having some theater production. I'm hosting the talkback session after.
Nice.
With Miss Felicia Brown.
Yes. Shout out to Felicia. She is. Let me tell you something. I've seen some theater teachers, like some drama teachers. It's clear that she does what she does, because even when she talks, like we'll even be in a professional development class, and it's like, I service 350 kids, right? But when it's her turn to talk, it's I service 350 kids, and we're all like, okay, action! Like, but she's just awesome, and the beautiful thing about that is that I believe that now teachers are in position of being brought into position to help take the kids to the next level, so that they can be you, and the thing is, or be like you, or aspire to do as well as you, or even greater. Because the goal for us as educators or as mentors is not that our students or mentees would be on our level, but you should surpass us and keep going and keep reaching back and pulling other people forward to help them along the way. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you do. I'm excited. I know that you're gonna do wonderfully well.
Thank you.
Your creativity is awesome. I'll share your stuff about the podcast and everything, and you be sure to let us know what you have going on. You let me know if you need anything from me.
Thank you.
Any capacity that I can help you. You got it. You just hit me up and just let me know.
I got you.
Right? And we good with that. Listen, I want to say too, along with Damon Darrell, I was talking about the guy that does the Monarch video. Shike Evans, he's a good actor, director too. And Lania Love, she's an actress, very good. They have this movie coming out. It's called Providence. It's very it's going to be very riveting, because for me, again, watching a friend of mine, because she and I are very close, watching her act in the role that she did, and there's some pretty realistic, gruesome scenes to it. Like, I was getting so angry at what I saw because it was so real, and then because it's my friend. When you're thinking about movies and stuff that you want to create, how is it, are you able to separate yourself from what it is that you're doing? How easy is that to do, or is it not easy?
I feel like it's kind of in between, with everything that I do, I guess, because I want, not only because I'm doing it now, because I want to continue to do it, I'm looking at like certain things that people do, and I'm like, all right, like let me take a step back and watch whoever else do it first. You know, and then I'm like, okay, this is maybe there's a podcast on on New Pod City called What They Should Have Done, and it's about like what they would have done as filmmakers instead of this. So it's crazy to think that like I watch movies with my girlfriend and she's like, can you stop talking? I'm like, sorry, this is just like the filmmaker in me, you know?
Oh God, so you're sitting there like, look at the lighting. Why is the knife over there?
Like, there's no continuity here. His hair wasn't like that in this one, but it was it's different, you know. It's something that I don't know. I mean, people noticed it just because, but I guess because I have to pay attention to those things now, and I'm learning to. But it's definitely something interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Listen, so here's the thing. If people want to reach you, how do they do that?
Well, first and foremost, you can go follow my main stuff, which is Vont Leak, VONTLEAK. That's my name on Facebook and Instagram. I have my company page, Vont Leak Studios, which is VONTLEAK Studios on. Okay, on Facebook and Instagram. The Vont Leak is Instagram and Twitter. Don't add me on Facebook, please. You can find me on there, but just don't add me.
Right.
And then my podcast is called Stay Woke. You can go follow it at Stay Woke Pod on Facebook or Instagram, or go listen to it on all streaming platforms. New episodes released every Sunday, including a new episode with the mayor himself, Mayor Regas, next
awesome.
Sunday.
Oh my God, I bet that's going to be off the chain.
Yeah, we have. I spent the whole day with him. We went to. I don't even want to.
Right.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Don't
But we went somewhere and I spent the day with him and had some fun. We recorded it. So that's coming. The video is coming out on my YouTube channel, Vont Leak, and then the same day of the podcast coming out. We talked about him and the things that he's doing and how his tenure's been so far.
Yeah,
we talked about some of the youth. We talked about me, Renee Morgan. I know she's doing some amazing things with him and the governor. And then it was a good conversation.
Yeah, and you know what, Mayor Regas here, that's why I said, I bet that was a trip. I meet with him every third Monday on WIMG, and we do our segment together.
Right.
He is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love him.
And he is just a realistic guy who happens to be the mayor. And I love that about him because even in his capacity as the mayor, he does his job, but he's still a human being, and he's not afraid to have fun. He's not afraid to reach out and touch. He's not untouchable.
He's a genuine guy.
Yes.
I just left him before I came here because I had to shoot some pictures because I'm going to post tomorrow for promo. And he was like, I'll take the pictures with you on one condition. You beat up Andrew Bobbitt. He was just getting on my nerves. And then we got to the place. We were doing a house tour right on what street is that? Mercer Street.
It's the Mill Hill
house
right
tour
there. Now going on.
And he was like, you want some apple cider? Come on, you want some apple cider. And I was like, it's a busy day. He was like, apple cider is what helps get the day better. So he's just a great guy.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, and I said this on our podcast, he's one of the, I guess, not even just of Trenton mayors, but all the mayors I see, you actually see them at these events. You don't hear like, oh, he sends his condolences, he sends his gratitude. Like, no, he's there to interact and not just like wave his hand and leave.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Mayor Reed.
Yes. So listen, I just want to thank you.
Thank you
for your time. I know, like you said, you're very busy, and I appreciate you taking time to come and to meet with me, to talk to us about what it is that you have going on. Before we close out, any words of inspiration that you would have for the up and coming that want to get into media, filmmaking, anything like that?
Do exactly what I did. Literally just do it. You know, it's overwhelming at first because you jump into it, I guess, wanting like the fame, the fortune, the numbers, not the money. Yeah, everybody wants money. I didn't do it for the money, but so you jump into it expecting that. It takes a lot of time. I've done this for over 5 years, and I still don't feel like I've gotten my just due, but I'm slowly climbing up the ladder. So don't be afraid, because you never know who you can run into or what networks you can encounter. So just do it, and do it because you really love to do it. You know, if that's exactly what you want to do, and then also. Establish your content before you establish quality over quantity, I guess. Because I've been doing this for so long. I started off recording videos on a phone. Then I jumped to like a camcorder. Yeah. Then a camcorder, and then I went to like a big DSLR. And then I just record. I have like small USB mics for my podcast, and then I just ordered this $600 mixer that just came in today. So just do it, and then establish your content. Because if you have no content, then the quality means nothing. And if you need any help with anything, hit me up, because I'll definitely be able to offer off more words of wisdom and whatever expertise I can.
Excellent. Thank you so much once again for coming out
Thank you
and
for
for
having
talking
me.
to me. Listen, I look forward to us continuing the dialogue,
Definitely.
right, as we move ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Vont Leak here with us today. I'm so grateful that he took time out to come see us. This has been the Crystal Feliciano Show. I'm your host, Crystal Feliciano. This is the place where we want you to come out and just be you. Until the next time, I'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
All right.